Now, the Northeast Regional Minister has been visiting flooded communities to assess the situation caused by the BAGRE Dam spillage and continuous downpour. 10 people have died so far. Farms and homes have been lost to the floods. Roads have also been cut off, making it difficult to reach affected persons. This morning, the Northeast Regional Minister, with the help of a chopper, arrived in parts of the region to get first-hand information on the extent of damage. We'll speak to our correspondent, ELIASU TANKO, who will give us the latest on this. He joins me live on the phone. ELIASU, what is the latest at the moment?
Well, Gifty, we are currently in the Kukwa community where we have seen devastations more than what is being reported. As we speak, this community, their source of water has been damaged, and about seven houses only in this particular community has also been destroyed. We've seen a large number of farmlands also currently submerged, and the regional minister with the NADMO officials have come and distributed some relief items to the victims. The victims, even though relief items, they are not enough, but of course they appreciate what the officials have donated to them. And so we are still here. We're doing the distribution. The regional minister have also been visiting some of the cut-off road. For instance, we have just visited the Passingpe road, which has been cut off, which is linking the West Mamprose municipality to the Mamprogo-Muaduri district. That road has been cut off. The minister has visited that particular road and is assuring the residents that road will be constructed.
I'm seeing right now, we're showing on the video, on the television screen, something that looks like the landscape of a heavily flooded large area. And I believe these are visuals that's coming from the chopper in which the minister traveled. What can you tell us about what we're seeing right now in this picture?
Exactly, and that is the part of the White Water River around the Passingpe area. You can see large number of farm acres damaged in that part, and all the houses, in fact about 14 communities around that area, are also currently inaccessible. The people there, when we're here, the minister were able to make contact to the people in there, and they say they are very safe. But as we speak, they will not be able to move out of the community. And as we speak, we get the indication that more rains are still coming. And so you can imagine that the devastation is going to continue as we receive more rains in the region.
Has the minister been speaking, apart from assuring the people of constructing this particular road that you talked about? What else has he been saying?
Well, he's promising of getting them purifiers at the moment to ensure that they get safe drinking water, and then also promising them that they will be getting some cement to rebuild their destroyed buildings, and it's also assuring them that they will be getting some zinc to fix their rip-off houses. And so it has been assurance. The minister has been assuring. In fact, we also visited the house of or the family of the two deceased that lost their lives in the Passingpe community, in the Kukwa community here, and we spoke to the widow, and she narrated how the incident happened, and we also spoke to some community members, especially the youth. We know that most of them are farmers here. Now, what they are telling us is that now all their livelihoods have been lost. And so what they will now do is to travel down south because they do not have anything again to rely on.
ELIASU, thank you. We'll come to you when there's any further development on this rather disturbing story. ELIASU TANKO, the Northeast Regional Correspondent, bringing us those visuals as you saw the total devastation there. Let's head to the Upper East region, where we understand that heavy downpour this morning further worsened the situation. Some stranded passengers and other victims have been sharing their experiences.
My name is Atanga Vida. That was on Saturday around 4:30 to 5. We are sleeping in the night, midnight, when my mother just came out to urinate and she saw the water. So when she shouted, water, water, before we came out, water already entered our house. So to carry our things, our dresses, our mattresses, even our food self, the water took all away. We don't even have something to eat. We don't have a place to stay. We don't have food to eat, our clothes, our mattresses. So we are appealing the government to come to our aid and help us so that we get a place to stay. This woman like this, that day she was sleeping. Before she wake up, water already entered the compound. So all the buildings have collapsed. So we took her to this place so that we can manage, so that you people will help us, support us with anything.
So where were you before the water came and flooded your place?
We are sleeping.
Which community?
Anatim.
Okay. Is it far from here?
No, this community is Anatim.
Is your house far from this place?
No. It's this woman here, our house here. It's not far.
So tell us, this facility that you are building, who owns this place?
The Nadmore people arrange with it's a filling station, and the Nadmore people arrange with the person so that we can come and stay.
So how do you cope up with the mosquitoes?
Oh, it's not easy. It's not easy. Mosquitoes. In the night we can't even sleep.
So right now, what do you think you actually need right now to make you feel comfortable? You want to look for a place for you to stay.
If you get a place, you should help us so that we do our houses and go and stay.
So how many of you have been affected with the flooding, and how many of you are staying here?
We are 3 houses. The other one is staying at the school there, and we the 2 we are staying here.
My name is Salma. Salma Haruna from Bolga to Kubori. We come cross to Boku, so we are surrounded. We are there, so we are pleading for the government to come and do something from Kubori to Boku. Please, if you can see my back, the cars cannot pass. People are there. Cars are there. Please, we need government to come and do something for us. And we are pleading. Nobody can even cross. As of now, the cars from Boku to Kubori are there. From Bolga to Kubori, we are choked and we are here. So we are pleading. If they can do something for us, they should come and help us.
So those are some affected or stranded residents there. 4 lives have already been lost in the Upper East region. Acres of farmlands have been destroyed, and the Boko areas have been cut off from Bolgatanga because the road is flooded, as you're well aware of. Our correspondent, Albert Sori, has been following the development. He's joining me on Zoom. Albert, tell us what you found on your rounds today.
Yes, Gifty. So we are learning that a portion of the road to Boko has given way. A while ago, a resident there shared with me a video which actually showed that some of the culverts had been broken because of the rushing water. So that portion of the road, not the Kubori Bridge, but close to it, has given way, and the water is now just moving across the road. We are also learning that authorities of the Tono Dam in Navrongo have been forced to spill water in that dam because even though the spillways were under construction, the dam is pressed. So in order to save it, they have been forced to use the spillway the way it is, to spill some of the water just to reduce the pressure on the dam. Now, today it has been raining since morning. It rained for about 1 hour consistently and stopped for a while, and then it keeps drizzling, it stops for a while, and so it's virtually like it's raining the whole day. So that is the situation. It's getting even worse as the day goes by. In the Pwalugu areas, the farms are getting even more submerged. The water is now getting closer to the road, and so that is the situation.
Speaking about farms, Albert, help me understand a little bit. Is this any time near the harvest season?
Exactly. For most farmers, they were getting close to harvesting their maize. One of the farmers we spoke to at the Kubori area, close to Binduri, told us that he was thinking he would harvest his maize in the next 2 weeks or so because it was getting closer to the harvest season, and so he's lost his maize. It's the same thing for farmers in Pwalugu who had been thinking that the floods would come much later, so they were thinking they will harvest their maize before these rains come. Usually it happens in September, sometimes in August, and so they were hoping they would harvest before the floods. Unfortunately, some of them haven't been so lucky. There are a few who have managed to harvest something, about in the month of August. Some of them harvested their maize. Others were able to harvest some.
So this is not just about the lives that are being lost and the properties that are being destroyed, but it is time for harvest and farms are just simply submerged. Albert, do we know if the BAGRE Dam spillage is still ongoing? Looks like I've lost Albert. Let me go to the Regional Minister, TANGOBA ABAYAGE. Madam, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. I was just asking Albert whether or not the BAGRE Dam spillage is still ongoing.
As of yesterday, the information I have from the NADMO officer is that it's still ongoing. And it's not only the BAGRE Dam. There's a second dam that has also been spilled. I don't easily recollect the name, but we have a second dam in Burkina Faso, the eastern part of Burkina Faso, that has also been spilled. It's a small dam, but it's also been spilled. I think that is the reason why we are having such huge volumes of water coming to the region. Of course, it's not as if it's a new thing. It happens every year anyway.
It happens every year anyway, which is why a lot of people, and especially those who have been affected now, are expecting that by now we would have found a way with it. I'll come to that. This is a major situation that you have on your hand there in the region. What is your own assessment of it so far?
We have serious damages to especially roads. No, and as I was listening to Albert, we are not only having the spillage of the BAGRE Dam and then the other dam that I'm talking about. We're also having incessant rains. Usually, we have rains in the month of August. From the 22nd, thereabouts, we are inundated with rains all the way to maybe around the 28th. Then it will start subsiding. However, in this particular year, we have had the rains for about 3 weeks now running. Almost every day it rains. So the quantum of water that we have received within this period has been really huge. We have lots of roads washed away, bridges and culverts washed away in a lot of rural communities in the region. And this morning I had a discussion with the Federal Roads Director. I've had a discussion with all the three directors of our road department, and we have a lot of issues on our hands. Per my assessment, we really would need government to come in quickly. I mean, especially the road sector to come in quickly immediately. The rains stop, because some of the places, villages are virtually cut off.
Okay.
From other places. Yes.
So that's your assessment. Please go ahead.
Aside that is the people's houses. We have our houses. Most communities have mud houses. So aside that, people's houses that are also collapsing and all that. Fortunately for us, We haven't had, yes, we have had a few casualties, but not as alarming as we had last year. So, and then a few people have been displaced. About 50 people at Anatim near Sombrongo, and then this morning I was also informed that about 10 people around the Doba area have been displaced. So this is the situation we have.
I'll bring you back to the statement you made a short while ago. You said it happens every year anyway, which is why a lot of people expect us to be able to have dealt with it or to have prepared for it a little better than we did right now. Let's talk about the sword cutting that happened last November for the construction of a multi-purpose dam, which was supposed to help address this flooding.
Yes, the sword cutting took place. The contractors are on site. We cut the sword. The project was supposed to start in April. So then it's a Chinese funded program. The contractors are Chinese. They were supposed to bring their equipment, machines, and other stuff from China. Then we got up one day to experience this coronavirus thing that brought the whole world to its feet, and everything came to a standstill. This affected the commencement date of the project. In any case, if the project had started, there's no way we would have built such a mighty dam in less than a year. This is a dam. I mean, this is a multi-purpose $1 billion dam. The construction of the dam itself is supposed to be completed in the 2.5 years to 3 years. So even if they had started in April, there's no way we would have finished that dam. Aside that is the fact that the construction had to be delayed because of this coronavirus thing. So I think 3 months ago, we had the contractors come to site. They've constructed a road from Pwalugu access road. Mind you, the dam is being built in, I mean, a place that originally was vacant. Nobody has touched it before. In the forest somewhere, about 15 kilometers away from the Pwalugu bridge itself. They had to construct an access road before they can bring all the machines to this construction site, clear the site. And as I speak with you, all that has been done. The access road has been created. They were moving in equipment, clearing the site to start work. Then we have the rain. If you are, I'm not a construction person. I have very little knowledge. But from what I know, you can't be constructing while it's raining. And when I talk of rain, I'm talking of high volumes of rain. So definitely, the contractors will have to suspend for now and wait till the rain to stop before they can go on. But this thing has been on the drawing table for ages, my dear sister. From the history I have, I think it was in the 60s that Ghana put it on paper to construct this dam. 60s. Government after government after government after government. It took His Excellency and now the TANKO to state boldly and categorically that it doesn't make sense for a single life to be lost because of perennial floods. So no matter how much it costs, he's going to ensure that this Pwalugu multi-purpose dam is built.
Which is why the project started, and I'm glad and I appreciate how much information you're giving us concerning how the project has stalled and why. And again, and I'm glad you give us those details, because then it tells us that we knew the possibility of our inability to build that dam this year, but we also knew that the BAGRE Dam will be spilled anyway. What was the plan B?
The BAGRE Dam hasn't affected life. Those who have lost their lives.
No, I just want us to deal with this particular issue about the spillage. No, if you let me land, I just want to deal with the issue of the spillage of the dam. We know that the floods, the rains have added to the woes, but about the BAGRE Dam, we knew it would be spilled anyway, and we knew that we couldn't finish the project this quickly anyway. So what was the plan B?
But you don't have a plan B. You can't collect the water if you don't have a dam. So the water will have to run its natural course to the Kusumbu Dam. There is no plan B. You can't collect the water. What you do is to educate people to move onto a higher land. And that's where I was trying to come. There was a lot of education, on radio, community education, community radio stations were used. And I'm trying to say that lives have not been lost because their houses have been collected away by the by the spillage of the BAGRE Dam. It's because of the education we put in place. Those who unfortunately lost their lives, maybe the person was trying to cross the river. I'm told not. No,
I'd rather we don't conjecture. I mean, you understand why? So that when these are these are people's lives. So we need to.
I thought you asked me what we have done.
Exactly. No, I'm saying I'm bringing this in. Hang on, ma'am. I'm bringing this in because you said that maybe the person may have been crossing. I'm saying that let's not conjecture unless we have like the actual information over how they died.
The news I heard, and I heard it from JoyNews, was that 3 people, one male, 2 female, were on a motorking crossing the water and they were carried away. Okay. That's what I heard. And I'm saying that in my region, the Upper East region, the few deaths we have recorded were as a result of falling walls.
Okay.
Not as a result of the spillage of the BAGRE
I just needed you to state that categorically so that we don't conjecture.
Categorically, I'm not conjecturing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm giving you categorically that in the Upper East region, not one single soul has been lost as a result of the spillage of the BAGRE Dam.
Okay.
The major Kubori Bridge, and this is the major bridge linking the regional capital, Bogatanga, and all others to the east of the region.
All right.
Has been overflowed. I mean, and it's because of the volumes of water that are coming. Unfortunately, you can't stop that. The only way we can stop it is when we have the dam. So as the water comes, they have somewhere to be collected. Unfortunately, that's at this day, because we don't have the dam. The water came in its volumes, and then we have this major bridge that unfortunately is under threat. Currently, there's nobody who can cross over to Boku. Nobody from Boku or beyond can cross over to Bolga and beyond. We are all cut off. In fact, tomorrow the Vice President was supposed to visit my region. He's visiting the region and we're supposed to have programs. Unfortunately, as a result of that, we can't cross over. But tomorrow, when he arrives today, this evening, we'll discuss on how to change programs to fit in because of these unforeseen things that are happening right now. So there will definitely be a change of program. From the pictures I received from the regional highways director, we have a huge cave-in at just at the tip of the bridge. Okay. It has been compromised. He tells me that once the rain, and unfortunately again, because it is raining, we can't do anything.
I understand.
We have to wait for the rain. So once the rain stops and the waters recede, he tells me unfortunately the contractors are on site working. We're talking of the Bolga-Boku road. They'll come in with boulders so that they'll fill the cave in, and then vehicles can
hopefully that will work for a while. My final question, ma'am, is we've seen that NADMO has extended help to some people. You spoke about the need for governmental intervention at this point, and you said that the Vice President is on the way. What is the plan to support these people apart from NADMO, which usually doesn't have enough resources?
Well, of course, now that we are sending the SOS, the NADMO is coming in immediately with some relief items. Already, I think the region has been in preparedness towards that. We have some items already in stock by the NADMO regional directorate, but tomorrow the national directorate is coming in with some items. I'm sure they are already mobilizing to come. Once they come and then we assess the situation, we will definitely, you should know that usually what NADMO gives is not enough. That's why we ask NGOs and other donor agencies to come in to help. We are not quick to do that here. Tomorrow when they come, they are the disaster management people. They'll be able to assess and then let us know that this is the way to go. So I'm looking forward to meeting them, then we take it from there.
Very well. I'm very excited to see women succeed in their positions, especially political positions, and so I can very well understand. And I wish you all the best in your management of this situation. TANGOBA ABAYAGE is the Upper East Regional Minister. They're explaining to us what actions or what measures government is putting in place to deal with this rather worrying situation.